All right. My name is Fred Chooks, and I've been taking chemistry for a couple of years, right? So I want to start from the foundation to make it easy for students to understand chemistry. You see, most of the challenges we face as teachers is most times when we teach students, they're always having issues. They already have a mentality of the subject. You're like, come on, it's difficult. And it's not. It's just because the foundation is bad. Do you get? So we are going back to the foundation from the basics. Are you there? The foundation is bad. You can't build anything on the foundation. You can't build anything reasonable on the foundation. So we are going back to the foundation, solidify it. Get? So it's going to be a journey. Follow the journey, and it's going to be interesting. All right. Without further ado, let's get started from the basics. Even if you're not a scientist, probably an art student or a commercial student, you can follow through and learn a lot and even become very good at chemistry. All right. Okay, so let's get started. First question: what is chemistry? What is chemistry? Chemistry is simply the branch of science that deals with the study of the composition. You see, you have to study the composition, properties, and uses of matter in chemistry. What is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. These are basic scientific terms you need to know. Matter, space, So matter occupies space. Anything that has mass, anything that occupies space and has mass is matter. So chemistry studies every matter. We study how matter can be useful to man. Do you get? How matter can be harmful, and how not to how to avoid matter being harmful to man. You get right? Anything that is harmful can also be useful. So how do we make maximum use of matter? Do you get? So we also study the properties and uses. We don't just learn uses, we also learn the properties, what it cannot do, how it behaves, and the likes. Are you there? For you to understand chemistry properly, I have to break it into four major parts. Four major parts. Are you there? Four major parts. What are the four major parts? For chemistry, we have physical chemistry, inorganic, organic, and industrial. These are the four major parts of chemistry for basic chemistry. Are you there? Okay. So what is physical chemistry? Physical chemistry is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of that deals with calculations. Deals with calculations basically. In simple terms, physical chemistry studies calculations in chemistry. Inorganic chemistry, I call it the chemistry of chemistry. There are so many theories, so many things about chemistry, so many that about chemistry. But in simple terms, I call it the chemistry of chemistry. Inorganic chemistry studies elements, you know, how they combine each other to form compounds, the laboratory preparation, chemical properties, physical properties, use of these elements, and the compounds these elements form basically. Inorganic chemistry is interesting. It's bulky. I think this is part of chemistry that a lot of people don't really like, but like I said, because the foundation is bad, that's why they see it as difficult, but it's not. It's very straightforward. We have organic chemistry. This one focuses on carbon compounds. Organic compounds are carbon compounds. You see, carbon is a major element in organic chemistry. Major elements in organic chemistry. So organic chemistry studies carbon compounds, but not all carbon compounds are organic compounds. Some carbon compounds are inorganic compounds. Is that clear? So organic chemistry, I'm going to explain, I'm going to expound. I'll be taking them one after the other in no particular manner. Is that clear? Then this last one, industrial chemistry, we do it more for A-level chemistry. All right. So for beginner level, I'm not going to be entering industrial. We talk about chemical industries basically for industrial chemistry, but I will not buttress much on this because I'm starting from the foundation. Are we good? So that's that about that. Before we go into physical, inorganic, and organic chemistry, there's a base, like a foundation about chemistry you should know. Now, when you talk about matter in chemistry, we deal with elements. Elements. Aside elements, we also have compounds and mixtures. I agree again. Elements, compound, and mixtures. In fact, I need to write it down. Elements, compounds, mixtures. Elements, compounds, mixtures. Now, for us to understand elements better, we're going to get examples. Now, for elements, examples, we have hydrogen, helium, sodium. Now, these are the symbols of these elements: hydrogen, helium, sodium. For compounds, we have sodium chloride, ethanoic acid, calcium hydroxide. These are examples of compounds. Compounds have chemical formulas. Then mixtures, example of mixtures, we have seawater, have Gary plus water plus sugar plus milk. It doesn't have to be something very complex. You can understand it in your own way. Do you get? So you just get Gary, granules, sugar. That's a mixture in no particular proportion. There's no chemical formula for it. You have Coca-Cola is also a mixture. Blood is also a mixture. All right. So mixtures don't have chemical formulas, and they can be separated by separation techniques in chemistry. For compounds, they are formed by chemical combination of two or more elements, and you can see they have formulas or formulas. And for elements, yeah, these are elements. All right. So how do we understand elements better? You see, elements are represented by atoms. Elements are represented by atoms. For example, my name is Fred Chooks. Let's assume my surname is Chooks, right? It means I'm from the Chooks family. If you see me, you have seen a representative of the Chooks family. Do you get? So if you see atoms, you have seen a representative of elements. Elements are represented by atoms. Now, atoms, atoms. Ever since I came across the word atoms in elementary school, I hated atoms a lot. I didn't like it. Atoms, what do they mean? I got to senior secondary school, got to science class, and discovered, oh, these atoms I'm running away from. I have to learn it if I'm going to be a good scientist. I had to learn it, and I discovered, oh, it's not that difficult. And now I want to explain atoms. The best way to explain atoms is to use an egg. Yes, everybody have seen an egg before. There's no living thing that have not seen an egg. I don't know, but I believe you have seen an egg before, right? Now, if you look at an egg, it has an innermost core, which we call the yolk. An atom also has an innermost core, which we call the nucleus. So, this is the nucleus, for example, nucleus, innermost core of an atom. Inside the nucleus, you find the neutron and proton. So, neutron and proton inside nucleus. The atom has an outermost shell, and on this outermost shell, we have another subatomic particle which we call the electron. Electron. The atom has an innermost core, it's called the nucleus. Straightforward. It has an outermost shell, which you find another subatomic particle, which we call the electron. Now, the proton is positively charged. The neutron has no charge, is neutral, no charge. Probably that's why we call it neutron. And the electron is negatively charged. Now, for reactions in chemistry, we have two major kinds of reactions. We have chemical reactions and nuclear reactions. For chemical reactions, we make use of the electron. And for nuclear reaction, we make use of the nucleus, from the word nuclear. Nuclear reactions, mix of the nucleus. For basic chemistry, we don't really talk about nuclear reactions. We focus more on chemical reactions. So we have to be working a lot with the electrons. For chemical reactions, we use electrons a lot. So you can gain electrons, lose electrons, or share a pair of electrons. Not you. I'm sorry. I mean, an atom can gain electrons, lose electrons, or share a pair of electrons. Doesn't make sense. So that's that about atoms. I'm going to explain better in our next video what atoms really mean, and we're going to go deeper. All right. That being said, I hope you have a basic understanding of these things. Have a nice day. Subscribe, share, like, thumbs up, share. If you feel the video was helpful, you can share it to a friend, a colleague, a classmate or someone that just wants to learn chemistry from the basics, all right, from the foundation.